In some other news, Andhra Pradesh Chief Minister Chandrababu Naidu has called on people in southern states to have more children for the benefit of the nation. In fact, he has cited concerns about an aging population. Chandrababu Naidu has said, and I quote, that the government is planning to bring in a legislation to make only those with more than 2 children eligible to contest the local body elections. Chandrababu Naidu plans the legislation to boost young population, especially in the state of Andhra Pradesh.
మన జనాభాను కూడా మనం మేనేజ్ చేసుకోవాల్సిన అవసరం ఉంది. ఇప్పుడు ఇవన్నీ జరుగుతున్నాయంటే 2047 వరకు మనకు డెమోగ్రఫిక్ డివిడెంట్ ఉంటుందంటే జనాభా యంగ్స్టర్స్ ఎక్కువ ఉంటారు. 2047 తర్వాత ఎక్కువ ముసలి వాళ్ళు ఉంటారు. ఇప్పుడు చాలా దేశాల్లో ముసలి వాళ్ళు ఎక్కువైపోయారు. యూరోప్ కానీ, చైనా కానీ, జపాన్ కానీ అంతా ముసలి వాళ్ళు ఎక్కువయ్యారు. యంగ్స్టర్స్ తగ్గిపోయారు. ఇప్పుడు సౌత్ ఇండియాలో కూడా ఏజింగ్ ప్రాబ్లం వస్తూ ఉంది. అంటే ఇక్కడ మీ అందరికీ ఆడబిడ్డలు చెప్తున్నా, జీవిత కాలంలో ఆడబిడ్డలందరూ 2.1 బిడ్డలకు జన్మనిస్తే జనాభా స్టేబుల్గా ఉంటుంది. అంటే 2 కంటే ఎక్కువ పిల్లల కంటే, 2 కంటే తక్కువ కంటే జనాభా తగ్గిపోతుంది, ఎక్కువ కంటే జనాభా పెరుగుతుంది. కానీ ఈరోజు మన రాష్ట్రంలో 1.6కి వచ్చాం, 1.6కి వచ్చాం.
Let me go straight across now to Swastika Das for more on this. Swastika, so have more children is what the Andhra Pradesh Chief Minister's appeal is to the young. But is that the solution to address aging population or the declining fertility rates in southern states?
Well, it may look like a statement that has been made in jest by the Chief Minister, and this is not the first time he has made this statement. But the rationale behind it is the fact that in southern states, the population fertility stands at 1.6, whereas the national average is 2.1. So, A, it's way below that, and B, the logic that the Chief Minister of Andhra Pradesh had is the fact that by 2047, the aging population in India, the demographic is rather sorted, but it's after that that we must actively think about the aging population. So, he says particularly in the southern states of Andhra, he says Tamil Nadu, we shouldn't have or arrive at a situation what we have seen happen in Japan, in China. And in fact, in that same line of thought, in the recent past, the Chief Minister has also done away with one rule which had barred candidates with more than 2 children to contest in local body polls. So that will also be something that will be implemented by the state government in Andhra Pradesh. But definitely, his statement has created a lot of curiosity over the rationale behind Naidu making that.
Oh, absolutely. Purnima is also joining us. Purnima, how is the Tamil Nadu Chief Minister reacting to the appeal of the Andhra Pradesh Chief Minister urging young couples or couples to have more than 2 kids because he's pointed to a declining fertility rate in southern states? What does Mr. Stalin have to say about this?
Well, Chief Minister M.K. Stalin is also echoing what Chandrababu Naidu says. And M.K. Stalin now says that there is a situation where because of delimitation, the strength of the opposition parties, including the DMK, will come down. And also says, why should we have few children? We can also have 16 children and live prosperously. And this, he's making reference to one of the Tamil proverbs which said, you can live prosperously with 16 types of wealth. So he's using that as a reference and says, why not have more children? So our strength in the parliament will also increase, and delimitation would not pose a threat to the decline in our numbers. That's the exact statement that M.K. Stalin now says, reiterating what Chandrababu Naidu said yesterday.
Right. And Swastika, what is the kind of reaction that you're getting in from generally people about the Chief Minister making this appeal to them to have more children?
Well, most of them have welcomed it, because if you look at the demographic advantage that we have until 2047, India is, I guess, the only country, subject to correction, which has the highest number of youth population. But that advantage will soon sort of wean off if the demographic aging population goes up. And particularly adding on to what Purnima said, delimitation is also a big concern for southern states. Even though Chandrababu Naidu's TDP is an ally of the BJP, but concerns still continue, especially from opposition parties. In Telangana particularly, you've had the BRS also echo the same. Even the ruling Congress government here also echo the same, saying that southern states should not be punished with respect to delimitation. Even though the center is very cagey about when the delimitation exercise will take place, but whenever that happens, if it happens in terms of the demography and the geographical connection, then in that case, a southern state will stand at a disadvantage. But yes, the TDP government and particularly the chief minister's statement in this context is not with respect to demography. He has been in general pushing the youth to have more kids so that the younger population goes up and India's working population adds to the economy.
So how does he plan to incentivize families, encourage couples to have more kids with these new legislations?
He has in fact done away with the rules which had barred candidates to contest in local bodies if they had more than 2 kids. So that is one step. Second, he is in fact coming up with a skill census, which is a very big project that he wants to pilot in the next 5 years with a target of giving employment to at least 20 to 30 lakh youth. So in that process also, the government will be perhaps coming up with different incentives and goals with respect to family planning and family sustenance. That is also in the pipeline. Besides that, the Chief Minister is yet to throw light on how he wants to go about achieving this. But yes, it is also an appeal not just for the state of Andhra Pradesh, but to other southern states as well.
Right.
Now you have Tamil Nadu Chief Minister M.K. Stalin also reiterating the same. So we can expect similar voices coming out from other states.
Interesting. And it's not just the Andhra Pradesh Chief Minister and Mr. Stalin. You also have the Congress that is echoing the same sentiment. We have a reaction from Mr. Jairam Ramesh. I'm going to go straight across now to Pallavi Ghosh to tell us more. Pallavi, over to you. Fill us in with all the details. What does the Congress have to say on the statements by the Andhra Pradesh Chief Minister urging couples to have more kids to address aging populations, especially in the southern states?
See, we also have to understand that unlike in the north, the Congress party, Avantika, has larger stake in south. I mean, it also has a presence there in Karnataka and Telangana where they have a government, as we all know. And it's largely seen as a party which is doing much better in the south and than in the north. So you can understand and empathize with the points, for example, which are being raised by Chandrababu Naidu. You know, when we were talking about delimitation, one of the concerns which have been raised by the southern party is that the representation inside the parliament is going to become north-heavy. That is where Chandrababu Naidu's plea or proposal comes in from. And that is where Jairam Ramesh's comment, who himself is a member of parliament from down south, also comes in from. And this is the official line of the Congress party now, clearly, making the point that we need to have an urgent need for census. And also there is a real concern that increasingly the way the parliament representation will be redrawn, it will mean that the northern parties, which is again where the BJP is in control, will become heavy inside the parliament. And how fair is that for a southern party? The southern parties have always practiced family planning earlier. That's the point which is raised by Jairam Ramesh. But there is a concern that BJP, which does not have much of a hold in south, as in contrast to north, will redraw the constituencies in such a way that they will become top-heavy or north-heavy inside the parliament. And also look at the kind of demographic profile of the southern parties. It's an aging population. You don't have young people anymore. And that's the reason why there's an urgent need for a census to take place.
Absolutely. And Purnima, you know, Andhra Pradesh, they are planning to bring about all these laws to encourage couples to have more children, incentivize larger families as part of their whole population management efforts. Will Tamil Nadu also go the similar way?
Well, we'll have to wait and see how Tamil Nadu now plans to take this forward. Now that Chief Minister M.K. Stalin reiterating that young couples should have more children, and he says that there's a Tamil proverb that 16 will bring wealth, and perhaps couples should have 16 children. But how the Tamil Nadu government plans to take this forward, tries to send across a message to the central government to attack its move, especially on the delimitation policy. We'll have to wait and see how the Tamil Nadu government now plans to take this forward. But at the moment, Tamil Nadu government also now reiterating what Chandrababu Naidu said. So interesting to see how Tamil Nadu government will now take measures towards this statement that has come in from M.K. Stalin a short while ago.
Right. So Andhra Pradesh Chief Minister N. Chandrababu Naidu urging families in southern states to have more children. In fact, he has made this appeal to families across the state, and he's also bringing out new laws to incentivize larger families as part of their population management efforts.